the Chief of Army Staff, who finally made an appearance, and when it comes to the Air Force Chief as well, they visited the Kamra Airbase to honor the pilots of the Pakistani Air Force. Now, of course, Pakistan is not giving out the exact number of the casualties that India inflicted during Operation Sindhoor, but this false sense of bravado that Shehbaz Sharif seems to be exuding when it comes to meeting the Air Force pilots of Pakistan. This is another copy-paste attempt, a poor attempt, Srinjoy, that we are looking at.
Oh yeah, I mean today is a day of copy-paste. Now, how is it that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, his Army Chief and his Air Chief Marshal Baba, chose to go to Kamra just after Prime Minister of India visited Adampur? This is what you call copycatism. First, Prime Minister of India goes to Adampur. He gets a wonderful welcome. And then the Prime Minister of Pakistan says, see, the Prime Minister of India has got such a good welcome at Adampur. Let me do a little of the same. And he decides to go to Kamra with his Army Chief and his Air Chief. Now, how much of copycatism is this?
Well, even bad at that. That's the point there. Will the Pakistani Prime Minister, Srinjoy, actually dare to go to the Noor Airbase? Will he dare to go to Yar Khan Airbase, where he dare to go to Sargodha? Why aren't they showing the pictures exactly when it comes to the damage that has been inflicted by the Indian defense system? Because that is a fact. India is not making it up. So is not the world. The satellite imagery actually shows the extent of damage that we have done to their air bases. Why doesn't the Prime Minister go there, Srinjoy?
There's more reason for the Prime Minister to go there, to Sargodha or Chaklala, where there is damage, to suggest to his air officers and airmen that I stand by you despite the damage. Let's look at, say, a similar situation in 1940 during World War II. Whenever places where the Luftwaffe bombed London, Winston Churchill would be there to speak to the people and say that I stand by you, I support you, I am with you. And that is why it helped to improve British morale, because they knew that the Germans had bombed them, but their Prime Minister was with them. But here, the first thing Shehbaz Sharif has done is turn his back to all these places that have been bombed. They have been bombed, the world knows it. You know it, I know it, the entire world knows it because of satellite imagery. Even all of Pakistan knows it because of satellite imagery. So the first thing you have to do is go to these bombed places and say, look, I stand by you. Okay, we have suffered a setback, but you officers of the Pakistan Air Force, or men I at least as Prime Minister, can come and say, well, you've tried your best. But he has turned his back to his Air Force in Sargodha, in Chaklala, and all these various places which have been bombed.
Well, it is not news, and it doesn't come, as a surprise, Srinjoy, when we see Pakistan backing off when it comes to their foreign soldiers, even their own people, their locals as well. Not a surprise. But right now, let's put that out, and this window is actually explained to you why India is putting out facts for the world to see, especially Pakistan. If the viewers there, of course, they love watching when it comes to the live broadcast, because this is exactly the truth that now we are putting out. Just the day after, when the Prime Minister's address to the nation, the Prime Minister went to the Adampur Air Force Base. This is in Punjab, and this, to our, when we can say, imagination, that the Pakistani Air Force was actually putting out fake satellite images of the very same airbase, saying that they had destroyed the Indian air base. Look at that. The Prime Minister is there. He's interacting with our Jawans. In fact, he went on to joke with them, saying that at least you've been training for all the exercises that you have been doing. It was at least put to best use. And this is where, when it comes to MiG-29s, there you can see the S-400 system. Of course, this is something that India is extremely proud of. Can you even see any damage that is incurred to our runway, to the airbase station? Nothing at all. copy-paste as far as when we take a look at this military junkyard. Don't know what even this is. This is a piece of junk. The Prime Minister of Pakistan being there with General Asim Munir, Khwaja Asif also there on stage, some sort of bravado-based speech that he seems to be giving out to the people there. They are falling for this. We don't know what kind of this military junkyard that the Pakistani Prime Minister there seems to be speaking some outdated, when it comes to such kind of things that are apt for museums are kept there in this military junkyard. Let's talk about yesterday. This is as far as when it comes to Srinagar, the Badami Bagh cantonment, where you can see Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh was there. He gave a speech, a stern message to Pakistan, copy-paste exactly what happens on the 15th of May. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, along with their leadership, were actually there congratulating when it comes to Pakistani Air Force pilots. We don't even know if they participated in Operation Sindhoor or not. This is the kind of copy-paste and a simply poor attempt by Pakistan that has now been attempted. Let's see what